Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Nova's Knowledge. Today we are going to be taking a look at Hax. And Hax is something that has been developed by one of my professors here at Penn State. And before we just dive into everything about it, learning more about kind of going back on the web components that we've worked on in the previous week. But before we do all that, you guys know the drill. Cue the intro. So what exactly is Hax? Hax stands for headless authoring experience. And in other words, it is a web component that can edit more web components inside of it. It also allows users to edit a site easier. By doing this, it also allows the front end and back end developers to work more together as a team because it's easier to edit one certain web component or more than one web component. So in the name, Hax stands for, like I said earlier, headless authoring experience. What exactly does headless mean? So headless is the separation of the head to the body, of course. And by that, in developing terms, it means the separation from the front end experience to the back end experience, as meaning the front end would be the head, which is what everyone sees, it's just the UI or whatever, and then the back end would be the body, which is the everything behind it, which is with like the navigation, the web components, anything along the lines of that, the HTML, whatever. So now a little bit about how Hax actually works. Hax uses a JSON outline schema to communicate between different areas and if two different sites or two different components work together through the JSON, then you can use Hax. So this is very important because you can use Hax almost anywhere as long as the JSON elements line up, and that's the importance of the JSON open schema. Quick editor's note: I said JSON open schema. It's JSON outline schema. I was getting it confused with the Open API 3. We are now going to take a look about how the JSON outline schema actually works. So just like we did last week when inspecting web components, you're going to right click, hit inspect, and you're going to go over, you don't want to go over to the network. And once you get here, make sure that you have the XHR clicked and then refresh the page. And once you get that, you're going to see everything loading and how fast it's loading and all of the different components inside of it, which is very neat. Once it's done going through, we are going to click this JSON file right here. So to show you a little bit about how the Hax is working within inside of this, go to items, and in these 4 items, or 5 items, excuse me, those are the 5 different pages that I created. So item 0 is what is Hax, 2 is Hax CMS, so on and so on. If we want to keep going down inside of these components, we can keep going through. There's your description, exactly what I have written. What is Hax? Hax is a headless, blah, 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 blah. If we want to keep going even more, the metadata, content details, it shows you right here how many headings I have, how many paragraphs, the schema, everything, elements. So we have 8 elements in here, and which is true. So the 6 paragraphs, I know this isn't how a web page should be, but this is a paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then your 2 elements are the YouTube video, or the total, I guess, add the YouTube video in the Hax the web. So yeah, that's more of a going through and looking at how it works with the JSON outline schema. Just to show another example, I went over to Hax CMS and looking at it the same. We have 6 paragraphs and 6 elements because I did the exact same thing. This is a paragraph because I was struggling trying to figure out how to get all the heading and all that to work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is all for today's video. Just a quick intro of Hax. And one thing that I'll touch on though actually is what Hax CMS actually is XCMS is an extension of Hax, and it allows you to create a flat file static website, just like the other CMS sites that we've created in the past on this YouTube channel, except this is more of a hybrid. Everything is written in static, but it can be decoupled via the web components. And that's why Hax is so different than the others, is because it is just one web component, but it can be used to edit as many web components inside of it, if that makes sense. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.